Hey there, awesome accounting student. Mark Franke here. This video is the second video for Chapter 3 in Accounting 100. So if you haven't watched the first one on debits and credits, stop this one, go back and look at that one first. But where we left off is we had recorded all the transactions into the T accounts. Debits on the left, credits on the right, and then we balanced out each one of the accounts in our chart of accounts. And what's on the screen here is the ending balance in each one is highlighted in yellow. So the next step is to prepare a trial balance. A trial balance is literally just a list of each one of the accounts and the balance that's in those accounts so that we can total it up and make sure that debits equal credits and it balances. I have provided you with a trial balance in the worksheets that I published on Canvas, and it looks like this. So as with all things in accounting, the first thing we need is a heading. And at the top we're going to put, and actually technically this is problem 3.5b. So 3.4b was putting the accounts, putting the transactions in the T accounts, and then 3.5b is to prepare a trial balance and some financial statements. And that's what we're going to do now. This is Brian Carter, attorney at law. Always need the name of the company and then the name of the statement. In this case, it's a trial balance. And this is for the month of April 2020, something like that. We need to put the date down. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring over the totals for each one of our accounts. So our cash, the total was $96,714. Accounts receivable, $8,600. Office furniture, $6,500. Office equipment, $29,680. The automobile, $38,500. Those are all on the debit side. So we have a column for debits and a column for credits, and after we put all these numbers in, we're going to add them up and they have to equal each other. That's part of the whole purpose of doing a trial balance. Accounts payable is going to have a credit balance. It's $20,580. Brian Carter Capital has a credit balance. It's $150,000. It was the original amount that Mr. Carter put into the business, into his cash account. Brian Carter Drawing is a debit balance account. Fees income, it's a revenue account. It will always have a credit, $50,250. And then we have 5 expenses. Automobile expense, rent expense, $8,500, utilities expense, $1,610, salaries expense, $18,900, and telephone expense is $1,076. Now, I have linked these in Excel by just using the equal sign and then going back to my T account and clicking on the ending balance. But obviously, you could just do this in pencil and write it out and then total it up. So I would pause the video, add up the debit side, add up the credit side, and I will do it, and I'll be back in a minute. Well, actually, in a couple of seconds. So, but try it. Pause the video, try to get the totals, and then continue on and see if your totals match. I'll be right back. Did you get $220,830? Good for you. and they balance. That's good. That doesn't necessarily mean that everything we did was correct, but it does mean that debits equal credits, and that's really a good thing. So now we can use this information in our trial balance to prepare our three financial statements. Our three financial statements are the income statement, the statement of equity, and the balance sheet. So let's do that. I've given you a worksheet that you can use and do it in pencil if you'd like. That's fine. And it looks like this, where I have scheduled out these financial statements. Okay, again, heading in every single financial statement needs a heading. This is Brian Carter, attorney at law. And the first one is the income statement. This is where we're going to take the revenue and the expenses, and this is for the month ended April 30, 2020. So I am just going to link, using the equal sign in my Excel spreadsheet, to the trial balance. You can just write it in by pencil if you're using a pencil, that's just fine. And my fees income is $50,250. We always want the first number to have a dollar sign. Then my automobile expenses is $2,750. Rent expense, $8,500. Utilities expense, $1,610. Salaries expense, $18,900. And telephone expense is $1,076. Those are our 5 expenses. So when I total those up, I get total expenses of $32,836. $32,836. Revenue is $50,250. So when I take the revenue and subtract the expenses, I get net income of $17,414 with a dollar sign. Dollar signs come in pairs, one at the top, one at the bottom. Do not put dollar signs on every number. That just looks bad, and it clutters up the page, and it's not the way we do things in accounting. This isn't my way of doing it. This is the way virtually all accountants do stuff. Okay, so now we've got to do the income statement first. Why? Because we need net income to plug in down below here. So I'm going to go ahead and link that in right now, 17,414. Because this was the first month of operations, the beginning capital is 0. But let's do the heading first. In Excel, I can link to text, and because I already have the name of the company up above, I'm just going to use the equal sign and bring it down. This is a statement of owner's equity. And this is also for the month ended, so I'm going to use the equal sign and I'm going to just link it down. Works really, really well. But if you're doing pencil, just write it in. So we had 0 as the beginning, and again, even though it's 0, I'm going to put a dollar sign there because that's we're going to have a pair of dollar signs, and we started with 0. Then we had a capital contribution, and I'm going to link that to the trial balance for the capital account. In this case, because it's a brand new company, the capital contribution that Brian Carter made at the beginning of the month is it made equity go up and made the cash account go up, but also he took a drawing. So I'm going to link to the drawing as well from the trial balance. Because it's a debit balance, we're going to show it as a negative amount. so that when I total up the capital account, I get an ending balance in the capital account of 159,414. 159,414, and that's going to link over to the balance sheet. I'll do it right now because that's why we had to do it first. So we have to do the income statement first, and then we do the statement of owner's equity, and then we can do the balance sheet because we need that capital to balance our balance sheet. So once again, I've got Brian Carter, attorney at law. I'm going to use the equal sign just to link it over. You can just write it in. This is a balance sheet. And a balance sheet is a moment in time. The income statement and the statement of owner's equity cover a period of time. In this case, for the month ended April 30th. But the balance sheet is as of April 30, 2020. It doesn't cover a period of time. These are the balances. At midnight on April the 30th, we have cash, going back to the trial balance, 96,714. Accounts receivable, 8,600. Office furniture, 6,500. Office equipment, 29,680. And the automobile is 38,500. There's all of our assets. We have 5. These 5 assets, when we total them all up, we get 179,994 with a dollar sign. In effect, the balance sheet is 2 statements. It's a statement of assets and a statement of liabilities and equity. So that's why on the balance sheet, we have 2 sets of dollar signs. And we also want to end any schedule with double lines. That's railroad tracks. It means it tells the reader we're stopping here. We're done. Then we have accounts payable, which has a balance of 20,580. If we add that together with the capital, we get 179,994. Our balance sheet balances. Everything is cool. It has to balance. If it doesn't balance, you've got a math error somewhere and you've got to go fix it. This is these 2 problems, 3-4B and 3-5B, are great practice problems. You've got the transactions in the T accounts, you're preparing a trial balance, and then you're preparing financial statements. Really, really encourage you to practice this, and then you can do problems 3-4A and 3-5A, which I've assigned as homework. It works exactly the same, it just has different numbers and a different person, different company. So, that's all for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.